Here's a start in a cold, sick week. Today, day one. So yesterday was day 0. We got one test pass and went an 8:04 at 171. The air was pretty crispy. We're excited. That's a personal best. It's the fastest the car's been so far. Now we're actually legal to run that. So no more pedaling, no more lifting. The goal is to basically run that same run again today. We really want to run that 7, but I really want to make it through the week as well. So I would love to improve our average from where we've been at before, which has been in the 50s. So even an 8:49 average to me is an improvement from last year, and that's obviously the goal is always to improve. Today, we've got the same tune-up loaded in it that I had yesterday. I made a couple small adjustments to the smarting line. It should be a little bit better today than it was yesterday, so maybe. I mean, the air is still pretty cold. The track should be a little bit better than it was, so I think I can get a little more aggressive on the starting line, but maybe today's our 7. Even if it's an 8.0, I'm thrilled. If it's an 8.11, if it's an 8.20, I'm happy with any of those. Yeah. Here's a start in a cold, sick week. Day 1 in the books, at least for us. A couple more passes are going on. Got cold fast. I think it got to about 50-ish today, which is about the temperature we met on our pass. But now the temperature is plummeting, and it's plummeting fast. A lot of people out there trying to get second hit. It's not looking good for them. We're lucky. One and done. We got an 810. Very similar tune to what we used yesterday, but a little bit different air. So I'm going to blame the air on how come it slowed down a little bit. Either way, I'm happy with that. We're going to turn that in, and we're going to move on to the next one. We're headed off to Georgia. We've got Valdosta tomorrow. That's going to be a great track. Hopefully temperature's going to be a little bit better. Swing for that 7 out there, maybe. Look, I'm content running 8.0s. The car seems to be happy right there. We'll see how this week goes for us, and hopefully we can get that 7, but we're out here doing the thing.
Pretty late, but we are at How Power Brewing for checkpoint 1 of day 1. I think this is the only checkpoint we have for the day.
Yeah, buddy. We're back in Georgia, South Georgia Motorsports Park. This place usually treats us pretty well. I'm in here doing some work on our tune-up. I don't know that I'm gonna swing out of my shoes to get this 7, but we're gonna spice things up a little bit. My good buddy Bob says all in by 1.1. We're gonna go all in by 1.1. We're gonna give a little more sauce on the starting line, and hopefully this track is happy about it. Yeah, air is good. Temps are coming up a little bit. It's supposed to be like 65 degrees today, which is gonna feel amazing given it's been 30 the last 2 days. But that said, day 2 coming at you. But we made the trip. Let's see what the times up says. I'm kind of excited. Yep. Well, day 2 of racing ended pretty abruptly. We got our second pass in, and well, went an 8:10 at like 168. Down a little bit of mile an hour from the previous passes. Car did some interesting stuff on the finish. It got a little sideways there at the finish line or whatnot, but all things aside, good enough to turn in. But, well, I sent my co-driver here to go get me something to eat. And unfortunately, it was a stranger that showed back up with her scooter. She fell off the scooter trying to bring some food back to me. So now we're sitting at the clinic here. Big thanks to the whole staff at SGMP. The meds, man, they helped us out tremendously. They even made a phone call over here to the clinic to check and see what the wait time was. We weren't here 10 minutes. It probably took us longer to write her name down on a piece of paper and her date of birth. But they got her cleaned up. We're gonna go catch our group and start heading south. We got Bradenton. Oh, day 2.
All right, this is checkpoint 1 of day 2, and we are at Hit Split Bowling Alley, maybe? All right, so this is day 3. Today is just a drive, so hopefully we can get through this into all the checkpoints really quickly. This is the Cypress Inn. This is checkpoint 1 of day 3.
Only 17 points. Well, that's a wrap for day 4. Third day racing, 4th day driving. They started off with a bit of a weather delay, and they gave us some time to do some maintenance on the car. I wanted to do an oil change because it's a fresh motor. I discovered an oil leak. Oil filter housing. It's got 2 O-rings that go in between the oil pan and the oil filter adapter, essentially. One of those things must have been leaking. And we took them off, took a look at them, scrounged around the track, found somebody over in the TBM pit that had O-rings. We put them in there. Unfortunately, I think caused bigger problems than we originally had. And now we're hoping that the RTB will do the job sealing it up. So fortunately for us, they called the race today, so I didn't miss out any racing, but now I'm doing a bunch of maintenance on the car. So hopefully the old leak is taken care of. I'm double checking the torque on the rockers right now, just to get some peace of mind, a little bit of valve train noise that we hear on the highway. But yeah, our day 3 turned into another drive day. 4? So 2 drive days. We're headed off to Orlando next.
So, John, it's been an adventure getting to Orlando. We're through our second checkpoint, I think 183 miles so far in. So 50 more to go to our hotel. How many quarts of oil have we gone through to get to this point and then our journey?
14 quarts in.
14 quarts in.
14 quarts.
And what is your over-under on what you think it will take for us to get to our hotel tonight?
I think we're going through about a quart every 25 miles.
Yeah.
Hopefully 3 more quarts.
3 more quarts.
3 more
Okay.
quarts. This is a very expensive transit.
It is.
On checkpoints here.
And thank goodness we have parts coming in Orlando to solve this problem.
I hope so. And thank goodness for Driven for having oil.
Yes. So, John, what's the verdict? Last stop before the hotel. How many more courts?
Another 25 miles. One more court.
Awesome. So we're only at 17 courts for this trip so far?
Only 17 courts.
I did the math. Now I have to revise it with the last drive, but we were at 11.5 miles per court. What we do for drag and drive.
Oh my goodness.
What's the verdict?
Well, it's been a hell of a day. We'll recap in a minute, but we got oil pressure, and I think we're not leaking anymore. We're gonna give it a second. Do it. I would like out there. I have that whole diagram. Good catch. So, we've been kicking our butts to try to get to here. We haven't even got a chance to really get the cameras out, do any filming. Haven't got a chance to do any recaps on nothing because it's been work on the car, non-stop work on the car. We tried changing an oil filter housing. That didn't fix it. We changed a whole oil pan after begging to find somebody with a welder to help us, put a new bung on a new pan for the turbo return. Couldn't make a pass yesterday. We got a 20. On the drive, it starts leaking again. Well, turns out it's a rear main seal. So this morning we got to the track nice and early, and with all my help, we're able to get the transmission out and back in after changing the rear main gasket and in the lanes to make the first call for a radial. Buddy, thank you so much for all your work. I mean, seriously, I can't do this by myself. And if you weren't here to help me, we would not have made this call. And to be honest with you, man, I wanted to throw in the towel so bad. I wanted to quit when we were in Bradenton. But we managed to limp it along to Orlando and limp it along to get here, and now we're in the lanes. It's just a win to at least be sitting in the car in the starting line here in a minute. So, yeah, thanks for all your help. Well, that's not right. Well, here we are. Sick week 26 is a wrap. Turned in our time slips. We took a 20 this week. We've never done that before. This thing kicked my butt. It kicked all of our butts. Really bad. It was leaking oil pretty bad most of the drive. We went through, I don't know, nearly 2 cases of our GP1 driven racing oil. Thank goodness those guys are on site, because I don't think we could have got here without them. So many thanks to Driven Racing Oil for helping us out through the week. That said, we replaced the oil pan. We had to weld a bung on an oil pan. All these, though they seem like small tasks in the shop, are really tough to do on your back at the track. But we got that taken care of. Unfortunately, did not fix our leak. We wound up coming to the track this morning, and the only thing I could think of was it's going to be a rear main seal. Means you got to pull a transmission, means it's a bit of a job to do that. But we did exactly that. Check it out. This guy right here. See those witness marks right there? Pretty sure that's what was leaking. So we wound up taking transmission out this morning. We got here, I don't know, 8 o'clock a.m. We're in the lanes by 1, 2 o'clock and got one hit in today. So we made our first call, we made a hit, and it went an 809 at like 170, almost 171. We tried putting something in it, and we swung a little bit harder than maybe we should have, but I wanted to see that 7 so bad. We had a little issue on the starting line. It bumped a little bit further than I wanted to, so it probably hurt us a little bit on the short time, but all right, so our issue was we kind of bumped a little bit further than I wanted to, and that really slowed the 60 foot down because we didn't quite get that run out of the hole. So that combined with the starting line was just a little rough. There's a lot of cars beating it up today, so track was great after, I don't know, 60, 80 feet out, but just leaving the starting line took a little bit more effort. Unfortunately, we were about 1 whole tenth short on the 60 foot. At 1/10 I needed at the top of the track. That would have got us our 790. Is what it is. It's a wrap. We're grateful that we got to make any passes today because, I mean, we've been working on it so feverishly. So it was good to make a hit, get that out. We completed the week, which is always a monumental task. This year was a ton of attrition. So many cars did not make it back here. So that said, last pass, put a little too much in it. I didn't get the spark plug, but there's water in there. So cylinder number 3 decided he didn't want to be part of the team anymore, and that is a wrap. So we'll take this back to the shop, tear it apart, find out what I did there, and we got some more upgrades coming. So we'll see how that goes.